right, so last and final question for you, my guy, is what is your motto? Do you have a motto that you live by? Alrighty, welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Jonathan, also known as Crispy J, and today we're gonna be cutting up Larry Gowell. If you don't know who he is, you will know by the end of this video. So we're gonna wait for him to get here. Right now we're at the Young LA gym. If you don't know what Young LA is, it's pretty much a lifestyle fitness type of brand. And I'm wearing one of their lifestyle shirts right now, which is coming out on April 5th. So by the time this goes live, this will already be dropped, so make sure to check it out. You can use code CRISPY to save 15%. And basically a little backstory on what I'm doing today is pretty much cutting his hair. Well, we're gonna wait for Larry to get here. I'm gonna cut his hair, and then we're gonna catch a push day. It's always good when you're hitting chest with the bros. So we're gonna catch a chest day with him, and pretty much just interview him. I don't know if you guys seen Vig Blends, but that's kind of where I got my inspiration from. And we're gonna interview him, see what his backstory is, how he came up in the fitness industry, and go from there.
John's about to make me real handsome. Is that right, John?
What was that?
About to make me real handsome.
Oh yeah, we're gonna look like handsome Squidward right now. Okay.
Handsome Squidward. That fool is bald. Don't shave my shit off, bro.
Okay, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Larry, and I am a content creator, full-time content creator, and I guess now entrepreneur. Since I just started my own business, I started a supplement company not too long ago, and I'm just trying to grow that.
And how's that going right now?
It's we're in the startup stages, like every other business. Starting is always the hardest part, and trying to scale it is, I would say, probably the most difficult thing for me, at least.
Trying to scale the business up?
Yeah, exactly. Just because I don't have experiences with business at all.
Right.
I was going to school to become a physical therapist, and so now I'm just like learning business as I do it. So yeah, there's a lot for me to learn for sure.
Of course. So I know that you're a serious lifter and everything, right? So what kind of got you into that realm of just lifting weights?
So I started lifting for basketball conditioning. So I was like doing a lot of bench, squat, shoulder presses just to get stronger in basketball.
Right.
And then that was my introduction to, I guess, like lifting weights. And then after high school, I decided not to pursue basketball anymore. And so,
what kind of made you choose that? Like,
I think it's just realizing that I didn't necessarily have the skills to like go further. Because I basically was always like pretty tall for my age and my class. And because of that, I developed like skills that, like small forward, power forward, and center skills. Right. But at 6'3" in the NBA, you have to be a point guard, right?
You have to be a point guard.
I didn't necessarily develop the point guard skills, and that's why I was like, I just figured education would take me a lot further than basketball could. Even though I did have like a couple offers for like certain colleges, I just decided not to.
You're like, no, that's not my goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because of that, like basketball was always like my, I guess, like way of stress relief. And so I didn't have that anymore. And I guess I just turned to lifting instead, just because I was already kind of familiar with that. And because I was studying physical therapy, and so I already had a solid foundation of how like the human body works, like human anatomy and human physiology. And it also helped that I went through like a little heartbreak too.
Okay, so that always has going through.
That definitely that definitely accelerated it for sure.
It sparked it up for sure.
Because I remember the college I went to, it was that's when I broke up with my ex. And then the college I went to, there was like really no like social life, and I didn't really join any clubs. So all I was focused on was studying and working out. Like that was my routine.
Okay.
Like wake up, go to school, or go to my classes, and then right after, go to the gym, and then come back and just study, and that would be like my day.
Yeah.
So
the gym was your stress relief.
Yeah. So I think over time that just turned it into a habit,
Yeah.
and so now it's like ingrained in my routine.
Yeah, and I saw you competed too, right? So
Competed in
bodybuilding, yeah.
I did. I competed last year in my first ever bodybuilding competition.
how'd you do?
In summer shredding. I got third, which
Okay.
for a non-drug tested competition, like
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't complain at all.
Yeah. But I think I want to do another one soon, and I would definitely do a drug tested one, just to see how I can
Yeah,
do.
just to balance the playing fields, right?
Yeah. And just like to set a goal for myself too. Right?
Yeah. Because I mean, if you can win a natural bodybuilding show, then you know, like your work ethic is like kind of surpassing.
Yeah, we'll
theirs.
see though.
Yeah.
We'll see. It really depends on who shows up, you know? Like I might
Yeah.
have like some dude from like Nigeria just pull up and he's
might-
like 5'8", and he just like started working out like 6 months ago, and then he just fucking
You might
destroys
have
me.
Joshua Blaze on the show, bruh.
Dude, if I see that, I'm just going home. I'm not even gonna...
Oh God. Okay. So coming from an Asian background, how was that like growing up in like high school and school in general?
I mean, obviously, I had the stereotypical Asian parents. More
Right.
so my mom than my dad. My dad was more, he just kind of, I guess my dad let me do a little bit more of what I wanted. He wasn't as strict, but my mom was definitely like the tiger mom.
Okay.
Like super strict on me. Like I had to make sure I had good grades, which I was really like upset
When you're growing up, yeah.
She would like get mad at me for like a simple B. But in hindsight, I realized that is just a part of the culture, and the culture really emphasizes education. Because
Yeah.
in China, education will take you like further than any other thing.
And that's how it is over there.
That's how it is over there. So I totally understand now, like as I'm older, like why she really emphasized education.
Yeah, because over here you basically don't need education. Like,
right.
Well, past high school, you don't really need anything.
So I totally understand where she's coming from now. But I would say growing up, like I was fortunate enough to grow up with a bunch of Asian, like I was surrounded with an Asian community for the majority of my life too. So I never felt like it was odd being
Okay.
Asian. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a
Yeah.
lot of people grew up in like a community where they were the minority.
Yeah.
But I grew up in, for the most part, in areas where there was a huge Asian population.
Well, the
And
Bay,
so-
right? The Bay. You
Yeah,
grew up
like
in
a
the
lot
Bay
of Filipinos, a lot of Vietnamese,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So it wasn't that bad for you. Like
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like I had a lot of friends who had similar parents, and just similar backgrounds in general. So it was definitely a lot easier to relate to them. But
Yeah, because usually like some people or some like maybe an Asian grew up like in a community where like it was just whites or just blacks, and like maybe you feel like the lone person, like, you know, just being left out on things.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
in your case, you just felt like, you know, you kind of fit in because
Yeah.
everybody else was the same around
right,
you.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Obviously, starting something new is pretty difficult. So, what's your advice to someone who's trying to start something new, whether it's like lifting in the gym or, for your case, starting a new company with supplements?
I think for me, it's always been me not wanting to have regrets in the future, and so that's why any idea I have and anything that I want to do, I just kind of do it. Because I think I really realize that I feel like life is honestly too short, and like there's so many things I want to do, and I don't want to be one of those people who, because you always hear from like, you know, people who are like 70 or like super old,
Yeah.
right? That they regretted not doing what they loved,
Right.
And so I think in that sense, it makes it a lot easier for me to just actively pursue the things that I want to pursue.
With no regrets.
Yeah, with no regrets. But honestly, like I understand if you're a little fearful of doing the things that you want to do, because I was once in their shoes as well.
Right.
I would say to just start small. Like set smaller goals for yourself so that it's less intimidating. Like for example, let's use the gym as an example. Like I don't like you can't expect yourself to go like 6 days a week right off the bat, right? So you have to set smaller goals for yourself so that it's more attainable. And then once you start seeing the results from those smaller goals, then that's when you can set bigger and bigger goals.
I agree.
But I think it definitely helps, like going back to the gym example, if you have like a training partner with you, someone to hold you accountable. Because with my story at least, like I had Chove,
right,
and we started lifting together, and that's why it was so much easier for us.
Because you guys would like motivate each other.
Yeah,
right?
like if I didn't want to go, he would. I don't know. It's just like a competitive thing too.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't let him outwork me in that sense too. And
like,
so,
I'm gonna hit this new PR.
Yeah, like I wouldn't feel like going, but he would go. I'm not like, oh fuck, like I gotta go now.
Yeah, like you can't look like that.
Yeah, but it's just, yeah. I mean, don't be afraid, right? Like, especially for the younger audience out there, if you're in your 20s, like taking risks right now is like you should be taking risks in your 20s, right? Because when you're 30 and you're 40, it's so much riskier.
Right. Yeah.
Because whatever reason it may be, like you already have like, I don't know, a family. You already have like a stable job.
That makes sense. A family. Like if you have kids and shit, like you don't want to take that risk because you have them to prioritize.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's just, I don't know, man. It's just you also have to just want it yourself too, because no one's gonna tell you to do it. You have to want it yourself.
Right.
Right. Like for me, the reason why I'm going so hard too is because I want to give back to my family, because they're reaching that age where it's going to be more and more difficult for them to provide for themselves, and so I want to be able to do that for them.
So they can just relax and just
exactly,
you know.
Especially, I'm sure you can relate with me, but like Asian culture emphasizes family more than anything. Yeah, and like growing up and having that ingrained in your head, it's like I almost have to give back to them.
You have
provide
to,
for them, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hustling so hard. It's like, because by the time I'm like in my late 20s and maybe early 30s, I want to just have them be set for life.
Like retire them?
Yeah. So again, it just comes down to you just gotta want it too.
Yeah,
you know? No one's gonna hold your hand.
That's true. I mean, it's also good having like something to factor in, like, you know, wanting to retire your parents. I mean, I think that's
it's a good incentive for sure.
That's something that, like, you know, not a lot of people really look at. Like some people like, you know, don't see that for themselves because they don't have that relationship with their parents, and it's kind of it's tough, you know. But I mean, that's good. You still have a good relationship with your parents to want to do that.
I try to. Yeah.
All right. So last and final question for you, my guy, is what is your motto? Do you have a motto that you live by?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think it was said by, I'm gonna butcher his name, Seneca, but he once said, what was it? Luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. And I think that's so fucking true. Like, I definitely feel like the more prepared I am, like it just so happens more opportunities fall into my lap.
Right.
And people associate that as being lucky. But I feel like I'm always lucky. And the reason why I feel like I'm always lucky is because I'm always prepared.
Right.
Right. If you're not prepared, a lot of opportunities won't come to you.
They won't.
Right. And people just say it's like, oh, it's luck, or it's like it's luck, or it's unlucky, right? But I think it's more of how you position yourself and how prepared you are.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good motto. I like that.
Yeah, I would get that tatted on me.
Can you say that one more time?
Luck is when preparedness meets opportunity.
Luck is when prepared. Okay, I think that one's gonna stick to me. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, so now we're gonna catch a lift with Larry. He's gonna take me through his chest day.
Not my chest day.
Huh?
My coach's chest day.
Coach's, well, it's still his chest day, so we're gonna go through it. All right, guys, it is now a couple of days after the video. Just filming out the outro. So if you guys made it to this far of the video, please make sure to leave a like. I appreciate you guys' support. And yeah, this is pretty much a series that we're gonna carry out onto many more people, many more young LA athletes, or people who are not even affiliated with the brand, just to get that knowledge and experience from other people. But yeah, like I said, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you turn on notifications for the next video. And that is it, everybody. See you guys next time.